address?
Well, I think this was number one about reassuring the nation. He mentioned the gas prices, he mentioned the economics of this. So, this was about reassuring Americans, especially on the economic side, because, the economy has been one of his top issues anyway. And there are other issues with the economy right now, interest rates that aren't coming down because of issues at the Fed, all kinds of different things. So, he's really got to stay strong on his messaging on the economy. So I think that was number one reason for this speech. And the other point in the speech was, I know you had said it kind of feels like he is standing exactly where he was before the speech was made, but he did mention twice that we are on the cusp of completing all of our military objectives. And so I think it's important to pay attention. President Trump is never going to be direct when it comes to foreign policy matters. He likes to keep our adversaries guessing. So we have to pay attention to these little things that he says. And the fact that he said that twice, to me, stands out.
All right. So it does look like, a lot of it was dedicated to domestic audience, trying to assuage the concerns of Americans about rising gas prices and also the economic impact of this war. Now, coming to the timeline, he did mention that they are on track to completing their military objectives. So, according to your analysis, how long do you think the war will go on at this stage?
Well, he mentioned 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to see an increase in the op tempo over these next 2 to 3 weeks. And after that, I think, we could see a wind down period, but I'm not going to put a timeline on the wind down period. I think that depends a lot on the political aspects of all this. It depends on the negotiations. It depends on the Iranian regime. It also depends on the Iranian people. If there's a point where the military operations are winding down to where it's safe that the Iranian people can come out, we might not pull out completely, because President Trump has talked about wanting to give the Iranian people their chance and see, what they want and make their voices heard. So I think there's a lot of things that depend on how long that wind down period could go on for. But in terms of the heightened op tempo, I think I believe the 2 to 3 weeks. Maybe we could see it go to 4 weeks, but we're talking about a matter of weeks here.
All right, Sierra, thanks a lot for joining and putting this into perspective and for the expert analysis on what's unfolding. And we'll continue our coverage and keep analyzing